Hey folks, Jason here, GDC Commander videos on YouTube. This is the Brago deck I threw together. I haven't actually played it yet, so we'll be heading in for the first time. So, like Rasputin, Brago sort of works with Blink, but instead of having a fun Blink effect, Brago is a Blink engine, and that's so important to have basically at your beck and call. Whenever you need him, Brago's there. You can probably hit someone with it, so it's awesome. The thing with the Rasputin deck is you need to draw the Blink enablers and the creatures with good enter the battlefield ability effects, and having one of those taken care of right off the bat whenever you need it is just super important. As you saw in our Rasputin game, we did draw Blink effects sort of, but we didn't really have that much to do with them. So I'll just run through the deck quickly. We've got, our value spells in the 1-drops. Momentary Blink is good. Blink, obviously. I want to try Spirit Bonds. I don't know how great it'll be, but it will have a little token component. Wall of Omens just for draw. Snapcaster, obviously. Miss Meadow Witch, powerful Blink enabler. Cards like Arrest are fine. You can blink them to a different creature that's maybe annoying. Blades Placer makes creatures. Ghost Wave blinks everything. Active Authority is a nice one to blink with Brago. A lot of things can't blink non-creature permanents, but this one definitely can. And you can exile an artifact or enchantment right off the bat. And then you can choose to do it at any point and give it to them, give it to your opponent. But if you can just keep reusing it, that's absolutely amazing. Mana War is just a low drop creature I'm trying out. It probably doesn't really have the effect I want, but if you're blinking and bouncing every turn, it's pretty good. I'm playing Jace and Tamiyo, basically as many planeswalkers as fit the deck because they're also very good with Brago. You can blink them and get another use out of their ability. Angel of Finality is great for anti-graveyard shenanigans. Resto will just get us a blink. Stonehorde Dignitary blanks attack phases. Parallax Wave is great to keep a number of creatures off the board or to reuse their effects yourself. Metamorph, Arcanemancer, Impersonator, Control Magic, Blanket gets something better. Venser for board control, Solemn. All your sort of standard ETB abilities. Some Wraths, Karmic Guide, Muldrifter, Treachery again, even a better control magic because you'll just get to untap lands every time you blink it as well. Conjurer's Closet, powerful blink card. Sunblast Angel for tap Wrath. Sun Titan. Sphinx for some draw. It doesn't have an enter the battlefield ability, but whatever. Frost Titan, Mindseeker, Duplicant. I probably wouldn't play Rasputin in this deck. He'll probably come out eventually, but as sort of passing the torch, I wanted to leave him in. Sorry again. Lumina Primordial, Resolute Archangel. It seems fun being able to reset your life total to 40 basically at will. Primordial to get some nice spells. I'm trying Scourge of Fleets. This deck is actually playing more basics than I normally would to sort of try it out. If you can get mass bounces going, that's pretty great. Battlesphere, obviously, Hoverguard Sweepers, and Dig Through Time. Hey everyone, here's our Brago deck. I'm going to keep this hand. It's a little light on land, but it's high on power. Obviously, Spell Crumple, Duplicant, Sunblast Angel, Conjurer's Closet are all great in this deck. I've played a few games that haven't really worked out. There's either been bugs or they've been fun games, but they haven't really showed what this deck can do. So I want to try to get a game that actually shows it doing something cool. Rubinia is going to be a little annoying for us. Scion of the Dragon, Daghatar, Rubinia. Again, we're Brago. I made one change to this deck since the mini deck tech I showed you at the beginning. I took out Hoverguard Sweepers because who needs an 8-drop, and I added Terminus because sometimes you want to tuck things like Rubinia, etc. We're not going to mulligan. This is absolutely fine. Like I said, a little short on lands, but hopefully we'll draw some more soon. And we're off. So starting up here, we're playing 4th, so we wouldn't mind drawing like our land tax. we have the snow-covered plains into an expedition map. And the Temple of Mystery. And a scry to the bottom. And a crumbling necropolis. Scourge of Fleets is interesting. Just drop a glacial fortress. It can be tapped. I think Scourge of Fleets is going to be fun. Obviously, you do need to hit a few islands for it to be relevant at all. This deck has a higher percentage of basics than most of my decks do. I'm trying to work on that. Alright, what do they search for? What land? Not that it matters. Urborg. So if only I could magical hack that to say swamp. I wonder if there's decks that really play off the like magical hack angle of just changing land types or colors. I don't know if there's any generals that do that. It'll be interesting to see. Crucible of the Spirit Dragon. That would be my first sighting in EDH, although I'm sure it's absolutely fine in that deck. There's an Elspeth. Not the best Elspeth for EDH. I tend to like the other ones that make multiple tokens. This makes one token, it gives something like a big boost in flying, or it gives everything you have indestructible, which is almost everything you have indestructible, which is an awesome ability, but you so rarely ultimate a Planeswalker in EDH unless like you're playing the doubling season Planeswalker deck. But I've rarely seen a Planeswalker actually ultimate in EDH. I think I got Venser to go off once, and that's just insane, obviously. Everybody's ramping but me. Okay, so next turn we can hold up Spell Crumple. I don't feel the need to crumple like Rubinia at all. Ugh. But we don't really have much action. So if something really scary comes along, we'll Spell Crumple it, but I don't really see that happening. I would crumple Scion of the Ur-Dragon, but I wouldn't crumple Rubinia or Daghatar. So we're running a little behind on lands, which is unfortunate. I usually sort of aim for 4 in my opening hand because I find 3 is a little dicey. But obviously you can't always get 4, and sometimes you have a hand with 3 and 4 powerful spells, and you just have to go with it. Because the odds of you getting 4 on a 6 card hand are even less. I mean, obviously you get another 7, but you know what I mean. So, oh, Solemn. Yeah, Solemn's fine. No need to counter Solemn. I wouldn't even counter Rubinia, like I said. No reason to. Spot removal in EDH, even counter spells, you have to be very judicious. I can't tell you how many times people have lost the game, or even I've lost the game, by countering or pathing the wrong thing at the wrong time, and then you need them later. Like, it's almost better to hold them as long as you can, and then when something comes around that's really going to either forcefully change the course of the game or make you lose, that's when you use it. If I get a land here, I can play Elspeth. It'll probably die, so maybe I shouldn't. Like, the best thing I would do with it would be make a token. Oh no, if you get a land, you just play Brago. And then, you know, Elspeth's much better after that, because you can make 2 tokens in a turn. Alright. So, they're live for Scion next turn, and maybe we just counter that. It would be a little rude. If we don't get a land, I think that's going to be our plan. If we do get a land, we'll play Brago. Okay, we need to discard. And I think the discard is either Scourge of Fleets or Rasputin. And I like that Rasputin will give us extra land or extra mana, while Scourge of Fleet just costs land. So I'm going to dump Scourge of Fleet. I was excited to actually see how it turned out, but I don't think that's going to be this game. Darian. Oh, Darian's scary. I don't think I want to counter Darian, though. I feel bad countering Scourge of the Ur Dragon, though. Let me know how you play counter spells in EDH, because I do find that there's so many tempting things to counter, and I always feel that when I use it too fast, I use it wrongly. But Darian would have been a strong target there. I feel like if I counter the Scion, which I still might, we might even just knock this player out of the game, and then I'm actually in a pretty bad position. I sort of want them around to knock the other people out. But, I mean, looking at the mana these people have and the mana I have, like, ugh, it's a little dicey. Yeah, honestly, I was going to counter here, but I don't think I can. The fact is, if I counter it, I think there's like a medium possibility they'll quit, and then I'm just gone. And I mean, I feel when people quit games because like an early play doesn't go well, that doesn't really reflect well on them. So, I mean, it's rude of me almost to assume that that's what would happen. But against, like, if I was just playing against these people without the Scion player to distract them, like, I'd be in bad shape. Just because, you know, it'll be my turn 5 and I haven't drawn a land yet. Okay, it looks like they decided not to go for it this turn anyway. Alright, please land. Good enough. Oh, I will not take out the Crucible. I'll just play Brago. So I do need to get attacks in with Brago to be useful. So I think I will attack the Rubinia player or the Dragon player. Obviously, dealing damage to the Daghatar player is not going to be good because they have Darien out. And we don't want to, you know, give them millions of tokens. So they're attacking the Rubinia player because they're like on the sort of same strategy as me, it looks like. Which is interesting that they'd play Rubinia over Rune in that case, because Rune is just so powerful. So they're willing to chump with the Solemn. So basically I'm hoping they don't get a flyer out. I need one of these players to not get a flyer out, because I don't really want to attack in here and deal damage. That's loss of life, right? So it doesn't trigger Darien? Yeah. What is that? Death Reap Ritual. If a creature died, you may sacrifice a card. Or draw... Blah. If a creature died this turn, you may draw a card. It's pretty good. What's this? Withering Wisps. The beginning of the end step, if no creatures are on the battlefield, sacrifice it. It deals 1 damage to each creature and each player. Activate it no more times each turn than the number of snow-covered swamps you control. So we're at 1. But it's interesting in that they can deal 1 damage to themselves and get a token. Slime. Okay, that's probably going to... Oh, Slime is going to be good with Conjurer's Closet. Luckily, there are some more exciting targets than me right now. But we're going to have to look at getting rid of that Slime or that Conjurer's Closet. There's not much we can do. We sort of need to wait to get Duplicate, which is 2 mana away. I think I do like Rasputin in this deck still. I've been sort of wavering about whether he still has a place, but I wanted to play him. Alright, Acidic Slime is just going to go to town. The question will be, will they turn towards our lands before we can get rid of it? Because that would be most uncool. Okay, we got a Burnished Heart activation over here, which means they're probably safe to attack. Although I might want to attack Rubinia. Oh. Clever Impersonator is not bad. In fact, we might just want to use it as a land. Which is so unexciting, but what are you going to do sometimes? There's no mana rocks around. The other option is to use it as a Acidic Slime and destroy the Conjurer's Closet, which is actually better, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Our Rubinia player has disconnected. Hopefully not, because we shut out their dominance, because that would just not be cool. I wanted to copy the Burnish Heart, but maybe I don't. Maybe I just want to copy the Slime again. Pestilence. So Darien actually works really well with Pestilence effects. Because, you know, you can wipe the board, but you'll still have creatures left to deal with it. It's interesting that we'll see like a game basically taken over by Pestilence here. Our Rubinia player has basically absconded. So we'll see if they come back. Oh, they're here. Unless they don't have a stop on their draw step, which I guess they wouldn't. Oh, no, they're here. Excellent. Alright, well, we don't have much to do. Garrick. So we're going to be in a holding pattern. Getting their Conjurer's Closet back. Yeah, green is really good in these blink decks. I think it actually does provide a little something that blue-white is missing. I mean, obviously the recursion, the destruction, they're effects that blue-white doesn't really get on permanents that often. So green actually adds something really, really great to it. So I have built a rune deck, but I haven't really played it. I wanted to stick to blue-white for the purpose of this series. But I found that the deck's not really doing as well as it should. You can chalk that up to like just a number of, you know, bad games, but I haven't really felt that I've been going off or anything. Which is unfortunate, because obviously Brago has huge power behind him, and I really want to show you a powerful game, but I haven't really encountered one. So, this is all about origin stories. As I explained in the last one, Rasputin was my origin story. Brago is my attempt to sort of update that to see what did Rasputin do well, and how can we build a better deck along the very same themes with new cards. So, do let me know in the comments, what was your origin story? What was the legendary creature or rules interaction or, fun little thing to do that made you finally think, oh yeah, I'm going to build an EDH deck. I'm going to get into this awesome format. I'm going to dip my toe in, even though it can be so intimidating, this format with, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of cards. How can I manage this at all? And then, if it's been a while since you started with the format, have there been any decks where you've been like, oh, I was doing this thing before, but oh, here's something new and awesome that I think can do it even better? Have you come across that? Nicole Bolas. And we are still just bricked on land. We have nothing to do. It might have been... Oh, I have to discard? Shoot. I'll discard Ghostway because it's super powerful. Oh, you could have just played Archaeomancer to put up a blocker to some of these things. Yeah, that's true. And then you wouldn't have even had to discard it next turn. Obviously, you can play it and get it back. But Archaeomancer, would obviously just die to Pestilence if Pestilence is indeed used. When it enters the battlefield or the creature it haunts dies, each other creature is a power-based... Okay, so... Nicole Bolas is just getting Pestilenced here, which is actually perfect. They did get the Skoos back to use with the Conjurer's Closet. Okay, you had to play that to Pestilence, right? Oh yeah, they're just trying to get an attack in. Probably on me. Oh no, Garrick, awesome. So if this player is smart, they'll see the writing on the wall and they'll block, which will save Garrick from dying. Actually, it won't if they activate Pestilence twice, which there's no reason why they wouldn't. I could be a meanie and strip mine the Urborg right here and force them to do it now. Okay. So Garrick's still probably on the way out. So the Scavenging Ooze is coming down next turn, and it'll probably take out the Pestilence, which I'm fine with. So I could crumple it, but I think it'll be a long time before they start going after our lands. The thing we would have to worry about is, like, when we want to play our Conjurer's Closet, we pretty much want to make sure that we, like, got rid of the Skoos first, if they're still blinking it and stuff. So I don't really feel the need to counter the Ooze here. There's no reason. No immediate reason. Revelark, I think I will counter. Oops. Because that's just like infinite recursion and they can set up all their stuff again. Like, screw that. Revelark is super, super powerful. Hopefully that doesn't tempt them into destroying our lands. Because that would completely put us out of the game. But yeah, with Revelark, they would blink it at end of turn with the Conjurer's Closet. Then they would get back like Eternal Witness, Solemn Simulacrum, and they could basically take over the game. Even if we killed those things, it would be really hard to get Revelark permanently gone. So that was a very, very key spell to counter. Alright, well, we're still alive. And it looks like Scion's coming here. And, as long as it's not coming at me, I'm happy. I really just want to... If I draw, like, 2 lands in a row or a Soul Ring, like, I'm really happy. Otherwise, I'm already behind, and I feel like I'm just going to be falling more and more behind as we go. So I think, obviously, this deck might need a few more mana rocks. I think it's fine on number of lands, but I really do think it probably needs a few more rocks. There we go. Alright, is there anything we want to play here? Our Conjurer's Closet just gets destroyed by their Conjurer's Closet. Archaeomancer we could play just to get back our Ghostway. It's not essential. And it doesn't really do much. Elspeth will just get killed immediately. I'm fine just playing the Archaeomancer as a blocker and making sure we get our Ghostway back. Not exciting at all. But it'll make sure we don't take damage on the ground, at least, because I would trade it off. Alright. And we can basically just F6 here. I'm not going to use Strip Mine on anything. I like to pretend I will, but I'm obviously not going to. I really, really need the mana. So next turn, we will have... Let's assume we draw a land. What are we going to do? I think what we're going to do is Rasputin and Duplicant the Acidic Slime. And that's coming in Rubinia, obviously. Alright, we've lost Rubinia again. Hopefully they're just having a little bit of problems interacting. So what's Protean Hydra? Enters the battlefield. Okay, so you have to sort of kill it in one shot or it gets bigger. Alright, so they've disconnected. We'll wait a few minutes and see if they come back. Otherwise, they'll be booted. They came back last time, so I assume they will come back again. I sort of want them to come back because they're a bit of a lightning rod at this point. Okay, they're back. Sweet. I've never seen someone relog that quickly, so they're either fast on the draw and have a good connection, or, yeah. I don't feel like this deck has enough draw spells either. I should really get a Sphinx's Revelation, but now they're really expensive online. I sort of missed the window while they were cheap. but it's obviously a card to invest in and watch. Very good in EDH still. Just an instant cheap X draw spell and gaining life is really good. Obviously wouldn't do much for us here. But I think this deck could use a little more help with consistency. So card draw and mana rocks and stuff and even ramp spells would be very useful. Birthing Pod. Oh, Birthing Pod's scary. Not much I can do about it, though. That's probably just getting potted. Into what? Fiend Hunter exiling Scion. Yeah, I can see that. They'll probably put it in the command zone. Okay, so they're putting a dragon in the graveyard to copy it. Maybe there's a hexproof dragon? Ah, there is. Silumgar. Excellent. Nice. I imagine the Fiend Hunter gets blinked and takes out the Hydra next, which is just the smart thing to do. The Slime is coming at the Silumgar player, the Scion player, which, I mean, they'll obviously just take two. And we'll just blink the Hydra here, I'd imagine. Or Fiend Hunter the Hydra. Yeah. So they get to hit one thing a turn, but then the other thing will come back, is the situation they've set up with Fiend Hunter. That's not so bad if it's used against like commanders or things like the Hydra, which will become like a 0/0. Alright, so that's probably going to come at Rubinia, and I imagine hit for massive damage. Because there's so many good dragons. There are even more good dragons now. All the ones in Fate Reforged are really neat multicolor dragons. So I think Scion actually got a lot better, obviously. There's been a lot more interest in it. Gain control of all artifacts they control. Sweet. Hellkite Tyrant. Nice. Alright, well now I don't have to worry about the Birthing Pod so much, or the Conjurer's Closet especially. So I'm going to hope for a land, and then I'm going to go Rasputin into... Oh, I was going to say Duplicant on Sun. I would rather play Sunblast Angel, actually. Although they'll probably blink their Hellkite Tyrant to be untapped, in which case we're just destroying the 4/4 and the slime isn't relevant anymore without a Conjurer's Closet. Excuse me. I think if we hit a land, we actually just play Brago again. Wrath of God is a nice thing to have in our pocket. But I don't think we want to use it here. I think we want to wait a turn or two. So we'll just pass again, unfortunately. The good thing is no attention is on us because we haven't done anything. That's a good thing and a bad thing. But I don't see the need to wrath this board when there will be better things coming down the pike. And it would be nicer to play it when we can like blink our Archaeomancer or something. Maybe we should have just laid down the closet. We probably should have. There was no reason to hold it. Yeah, we should have just brought it down. I was thinking I wasn't really getting any action off it. I'd blink Archaeomancer, but it wouldn't do anything, so maybe I hit someone for 1, but that was it. Platinum Empyrean, your life total can't change. That's pretty good. You know, might necessitate a wrath soon, but okay, what I'm going to hope is that they all play like really big creatures. And then at the end of Scion's turn, I'm going to play Ghostway, get rid of my Archaeomancer, and then I'll Wrath. And Archaeomancer will come back at the end of turn, and then I can get either Ghostway or Wrath back. Probably just Wrath. It sort of forces me into doing that the next turn, but if there are enough powerful things on the board, then it's the right thing to do. I don't imagine that Scion will play like a big dragon, but they might. They might just get another card out, another creature out. Rubinia could drop like Rubinia here or something else. And either would be fine to Wrath. Might be worth waiting a turn. Although it doesn't look like many attacks are happening. So it might be best just to do it. Yeah, I think I probably will do it. We've obviously been very constrained on mana this game, which is really unfortunate. But it's had the effect that no one has really made a move against us. Doesn't mean they won't shut us down as soon as they can. But I think a Wrath from us would be good to slow the game down just a little. And for us to actually feel like we're having some impact on this game. And survive a few more turns, draw the lands we need to really start making a play in this game. Hopefully when the other players are somewhat out of juice. What is this, like a war gate? A war gate would be awesome. Like, yeah, sure, just get your most powerful thing in here. Just don't make it like a Glenalendra. Glenalendra would be great in this deck, actually. I don't know what if it's not in, and if so, why. Because so powerful. Alright, we'll see what they're doing. Fabricate. Search for an artifact, put it into your hand. Could be like a sculpting steel. Mimic that. Alright, Mimic that's not that scary. No, it's not great. And in fact, it makes me not want to use my Wrath here. Makes me feel like I should hold on a few more turns. And just, again, really hope to draw land here. It'll depend if they play another big dragon. If they play another big dragon, I might just do it. But I feel like the pressure is still off me enough to say I think I can survive for another 2 turns before I'd be able to pull it off again. Because I'm saying, oh, what if I play like a Brago or something this turn, and then maybe set up the Ghostway Wrath of God play for the turn after that. I think that Ghostway and Archaeomancer are their own sort of loop. Balefire Dragon. Alright, well that's a reason to Wrath. That is a reason to Wrath. If I do Wrath, though, that means they get a Balefire under the Mimic Vat, which is not great. So maybe we don't Wrath. Maybe we just hope to draw like a duplicate. Or just a land for Sunblast Angel. Although, you know, yeah, we're going to have to get rid of them one way or the other. So I can't take it out due to Sunblast Angel. Really, don't feel like I want to use Ghostway here, though. I'm hedging a little. Really, I just want to hit a land and then duplicate the Balefire Dragon. Coalition Relic is fine. It does give us a chance to make that play next turn, which I think we're a little more likely to do. Behemoth Sledge. So they can take out this player right here, which then means we're in a little bit of a trouble. It means we'll probably be taking the, oh no, they're going after them. Interesting. Oh, but your life total can't change, eh? You're not getting that lifelink. Hee hee! So yeah, this turn I think I'm going to make the Ghostway Wrath of God play. Or just duplicate the Balefire Dragon. It depends. I think the dragons are more likely to take out Rubinia than me, so I think I have a turn. And then, yeah, Ghostway, Wrath. Get back Wrath. Oh yeah, Slime. Get rid of that Empyrean. When you do it before it dealt damage. Or, well, yeah, because you can't gain. Taking out lands, wow. Aggressive. I would have taken out this thing. I guess you can do it again this turn, though. Alright, well, they got Wrath out of the way for us. I think I'm still going to go with Ghostway. Because at the very least I get it back. I don't lose my Archaeomancer. Not that I care about my Archaeomancer so much, but... And I imagine they just can't resist a Balefire Dragon under the Mimic Vat, which I might actually prefer to an Acidic Slime, although obviously it's scary and not something I can deal with very well. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think this kind of deck really does need green. Like, look at Acidic Slime, and I need to say take out that Mimic Vat. Look at, like, Acidic Slime and Eternal Witness, and I guess that's about it. But it's just so powerful that we've seen this game. Just so powerful. Okay, they elect not to take the Balefire Dragon. They're happy with the Slime, which I like. Because I can deal with an occasional slime, but I do not want to face down a Balefire Dragon every turn. That's something I just can't deal with. It means like our Duplicate and Conjurer's Closet get a lot worse. So here I think we just play Brago. And try to, you know, set up some good stuff. I'm wary of even playing Duplicate, to be honest, until someone deals with that Mimic Vat. This has been sort of a long, drawn-out game for us anyway. We are not seeing much action. But in some ways, that's the space that a deck like this is happy to be playing in. Newmat is scary. Aura Shards is another thing that's great in this kind of deck. That's green. So powerful when all your things are just entering the battlefield. Just take out bam, 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 bam. Yeah, the more I really do think probably Rune is the best way to go for a deck like this. Just generally speaking. Brago is excellent because it works a little better with like Planeswalkers. Or a lot better with Planeswalkers. But I mean, you can always play Brago on a Rune deck. You can play Birthing Pod to bring it up. Like, I think green is the way to go. Which again is why it's sort of interesting that they're playing Rubinia instead of Rune. Although, you know, I think Rubinia is cheap and Rune is like still an $8 card or something like that. Necromancy, not at instant speed, I guess. That's just going to get slimed though. We have a slime target. Let's not present a better one. They'll actually have to slime it now, because if they get to use the Conjurer's Closet on it, it'll just come back and be theirs. Conjurer's Closet is an interesting effect. Normally, when things exile something and bring it back, they'll bring it back under their opponent or owner's control. And Conjurer's Closet is just under your control. So if you do have something, I guess this doesn't apply to Necromancy actually, but if you have something like Control Magic and you've captured someone's creature, you can blink it and it's just yours. There's no way they can like destroy the Control Magic to get their creature back. The creature just comes back under your control. It is relevant here in the fact that whatever dragon they get or whatever creature they get will come back under their control. It won't need the Necromancy anymore. So really they sort of need to destroy the Necromancy, put the creature back in the graveyard before it gets blinked with the closet. Oh no. Well, they didn't blink it and they didn't slime it, so that's okay. Oh, our hand got all out of whack. Alright, Gilded Lotus is sort of a nice pickup, but not as nice as you'd expect, given the acidic slime. So I think we're just going to play Brago and try to get at least 2 uses out of something next turn. Be it the Lotus or Rasputin, or Rasputin would be nice actually. Anyway, let's play out Brago. And we can get in for 1. Let's get in for 1. I'm relevant to this game. This feels like the first thing I've done all game. Alright, so what are we discarding? What's absolutely of no use? I think the closest card to being of no use is actually the Elspeth, which is crazy. So I think I'll just discard Ghostway, and then I can just get it back. It's not the most relevant card. Yeah, we'll get rid of Ghostway. I really want someone to either take out that Mimic Vat or take out that player. We have a Morph. Morphs in EDH are always interesting because you have no idea what they could be and what is, in fact, good enough to play in EDH. We have a 4/4 Morph Lifelink Trample. So I haven't seen a lot of Morphs played in EDH. The only ones I normally see are like Willbender, sometimes Exalted Angel. I think those are the only ones I've really seen. I'm sure there's more. Obviously, Cons and, well, not Fate Reforged, but Cons brought a lot of exciting options to the table. I imagine this is just going to take out the Platinum Empyrean and or Necromancy. A land? Really? Come on. This isn't indestructible, is it? No, so come on. Why are you... Taking out their lands for. That's really bitter. Yeah, they're wondering why not necromancy. I guess they just really wanted to take out one of their colors. It does mean the dragon can't come back down. Rubinia. I wouldn't be surprised if that was coming at me. Oh no, they're sending it that way, which I mean, they'll just block. Or they won't block, they'll just block and not take two. Not block and not take two. That should have come at me or the other player. So I wonder if it still does damage, even if your life total can't change. I really do want a Brago hit, so I'm not likely to test it out. There's a fearsome awakening going on. Getting Karthus back. Alright, so they're just going to take out Rubinia, which is perfect. Means no more Mimic Vat, no more worrying about my artifacts getting killed. Alright, so here now I think we can actually start cleaning up. We'll play Rasputin into Duplicant. Get rid of Karthus. Blink everything. We'll hit like Gilded Lotus, maybe Conjurer's Closet as well. Alright, cool. So the player we were worried about is gone. And since we've had to sort of sandbag all this for so long, we're actually probably in good shape. Dragon spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. They can't cast their general, and we don't know what this player is operating off of. They're playing Daghatar, and they have a 4/4 trample lifelink. It's not something I'm worried about at this time. Alright, so we'll play Rasputin. We'll rip counters off. Alright. Patience is a virtue. We can definitely take over this game. Duplicate. Get rid of Karthus. Attack over there. Let's blink, 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 blink. Alright, so this is what Brago does. I feel like I've played so many games and I haven't seen what Brago does, and this is what Brago does. So this will be the game we're using. Take it out. Get Ghostway back. So we have 7, 8. Yeah, so let's cast Gilded Lotus. 2, 3, 4, 5. Conjurer's Closet. So we're pretty much, I don't want to say guaranteed, we're not guaranteed anything. But we can do a lot of good nutso stuff here. Exiling 2 creatures a turn, tapping down a whole bunch of creatures. Whip of Erebos is fine. They could get back the Balefire Dragon and actually hurt us a lot, which is probably what they're going to do here. We'll have to block with Brago. Yes. I think we should probably just recast Brago, right? One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 9, 10 mana. Brago will cost 8. That whip is bad business for us. So let's keep... Yeah, this is what we'll do. We'll keep the whip tapped down with Frost Titan. So let's attack... we'll play Frost Titan. Lock down the whip. We have 3 mana, which we can't really do anything with. We might as well hold it up for Ghostway, though. Actually, we can tap this. And, yeah, we'll blink, I guess, the duplicate and get rid of the High Priest. So in the event of a Wrath, we can Ghostway. Daghatar. Oh, they're out. Okay. Let's take this home. Probably gonna want to white because all our spells are white. Alright. I think we just want Karmic Guide for Clever Impersonator for another Frost Titan, and then we can just, you know, go wild. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. How many islands do I have? Just one, so it wouldn't do anything to these? Alright. Alright, double Frost Titan, probably for the win. Do we want to play Elspeth? Yeah, let's play Elspeth. Why not? So maybe the right thing would have been to hold up Ghostway just in event of a Wrath. But if there is no Wrath, then we very happily win next turn. Let's blink the Karmic Guide and get a 6/6 on our side. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually bounce anything, but it's still a good blocker. So they're hoping to draw a Wrath. We're really hoping they don't draw a Wrath. If they had one, they would have played it. Alright, well, so that's what Brago can do. I had a few games that I recorded that didn't really satisfy me in that respect. So I'm really glad we got one that, although we were biding time a lot really early on, we were eventually able to downplay the threat that we were, sandbag a lot of great cards, and eventually go off with Brago and Blinky shenanigans. In the very end stages of the game, when everyone was spent out, we still had everything we needed because we never presented a threat. They never took us on. Alright, well, thanks very much for watching. Please let me know, again, what got you into EDH, what was your origin story, what was your first deck, and have you updated it over the years or months or whatever. Alright, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.